Window. Hello, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about illustrations and photographs and like how to use both on social media. So let's get started. As you probably noticed, social media has become a vital part of any marketing strategy. As countless pieces of content get posted on social media every day, it's important that your content conveys the right message to your target audience.
When it comes to actually creating social media content, there's a fair amount to think about. One of the core things to take into consideration is whether you should rely on illustration or photography for your posts.
So today, I'm Reese,
And I'm Faye.
and we're going to show you the benefits of both options, and hopefully,
That will give you a good understanding of which one would be most beneficial to your business.
okay, let's begin.
In recent years, there's been a growing trend with businesses using illustration in their marketing strategy, particularly in the BFF, beauty, fashion and food industry. They recognize the unique advantages illustrations have to offer.
One of them is customizability. With illustrations, you have complete control over the look and feel you want to achieve. They are tailor-made to your brand's style, color, and messaging.
This can be particularly valuable for businesses that want to create a unique brand identity and style of illustration, which will enable you to stand out from your competitors and become instantly recognizable.
Take the Roald Dahl books, for example, and the illustrations created by Quentin Blake. Another advantage of illustrations are their versatility. They can be used to create a wide range of graphics, stemming from small, simple icons and logos to more complex and attention-grabbing designs.
They're more stylized and exaggerated than photographs. This can be particularly important on social media, where your business is competing for attention in a crowded space.
Illustrations are a great way of simplifying complex ideas. There are great visual aids, like infographics, for example, that can give a lot of information in a very simple and clear and visually pleasing way.
This also means that illustrations are a lot more flexible. Once you have chosen the style, you have full control over any adaptations. For example, you can make multiple versions of the same graphic that can be used to target different parts of your audience.
The final and most important benefit of using illustrations is consistency and a point of recognition. Take our brand, for example. We're easily recognizable on social media through our illustrations and funny little cat icons.
Having something memorable like a consistent color or a repeating illustration can help to establish your brand identity, and it gives people a point of recognition when they're scrolling through social media.
With the introduction of video and the popularity of Reels and TikTok, you might think that photography has lost its place on social media, but people still love and interact with photos on a daily basis, especially, social media platforms like Facebook and Instagram.
One of the main advantages to photographs is realism. They can provide a true representation of your product or service and can showcase things like textures, details, and other elements.
Photography is way more authentic and they can help bring that personal touch to your content. Photos are a great way of invoking emotion and you can really use this to your advantage.
They can help to communicate your brand message in an emotive way, which can be effective in building your brand awareness and can create more engagement on your social media.
Photography is quicker at capturing the attention of your audience rather than illustrations. Additionally, they're also quicker to make. If you have a large number of photos in your back pocket, that will help you out massively if you're limited on time and or resources.
But don't take away that photos are the easier option. The more time you spend on creating your photos, the bigger the payoff will be in terms of professionalism and creativity.
As social media is heavily focused on visual content now, photography is a great way for your business to stay on trend and appeal to a wider audience. You can even partake in social media challenges if you like. Photographs can be used in very different ways when it comes to your business.
Whether it's professionally styled or edited product images, candid shots of your team, or behind the scenes photos of your workday, they all have their benefit and place on social media. When deciding between the two for your content, there are several things to consider. One of them being the type of content you're creating. If you want to make a fun and playful graphic for your social media post,
illustration might be the one for you. On the other hand, if you are advertising a product or service in a realistic way, photography might be more effective. If you're trying to appeal to a younger audience, illustrations just might be a bit better because they're colourful, playful and imaginative in nature. Photography has a similar effect but just in a different way.
They can be used for the same audience to create a sense of FOMO by showcasing a lifestyle or experience that younger viewers may want to be a part of. You should also consider the platform you're planning on using. Illustrated content really shines on Pinterest. Some of the most popular pins on the platform are illustrated guides, infographics, and tutorials, as it prioritizes high quality and engaging content.
Other platforms like Instagram highly focus on photos and video content, and with the introduction of Reels, we've seen a new wave of content showcasing products and also services in a very visually and aesthetically pleasing way.
This doesn't mean that you're limited to that form of medium.
You can bring any type of content to any platform that works for you.
So how do you choose?
Well, the choice between the two depends on your goals, audience, and the branding of your business. Both can be equally as effective at engaging with your audience on social media.
So maybe a strategic combination of both?
Some of the more popular brands on Instagram use a combination of illustrations and photography on their posts. Let's take Coca-Cola and Starbucks, for example. They regularly post animations and illustrations, but also photos of their products in real-life setting.
Seeing big brands like this use a combination of the two really highlights the importance of having a visually varied social media presence.
Keeping all that in mind, here are some of the best practices when you're trying to decide.
Consider your brand identity and the message you want to convey.
Think about the type of content you are creating.
Look at what your competitors are doing, what works for them and what doesn't.
Experiment with both illustrations and photography and see what works best, perhaps a combination of both.
If you're struggling to come up with creative content, consider hiring a professional designer, illustrator, or photographer.
I know, that was a lot to take in, but when you are deciding between photography and illustration, there is a lot to think about. You know, illustration gives you that complex creative freedom, whilst photography gives you more of a realistic and tangible outcome. Don't ever dismiss one without the other though, because you can bring them together and they do help each other in certain ways.
If you've enjoyed this video and found it helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more marketing tips.
But don't you go anywhere, because we also have a newsletter created by Faye herself, which gives you all the marketing tips, tricks and little know-hows that we are free to sell to everyone. Head down to the description and sign up there.
Thank you for watching. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.